glad you are here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here too. Okay, so go ahead and sign in, and we'll go ahead and get started.
Let me punch in. I'll be right with you.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good. Okay. And how are you today, Parvin?
I'm good.
Good,
How about
good.
you, Mike?
I'm good. It's been a good day. You know, working with students is always a good day. So what are we going to be working on today?
Today, I really want you explain me more about it. I would rather
Okay.
work alone than work with people.
I see. Okay, so
That's
if you
the-
look over here then, let's look at this chart that they're talking about here. You have your subject.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the important thing. You're always going to have a subject. These will always start with the subject. And the rather here has to go, you have to have the would rather. Okay, so this, and then you have to have the base form. This is the most important part you want to know. And do you remember what the base form is? What is the base form of a verb?
Base form the verb.
What is
The
that?
work?
As a verb, yeah. So, so what is that? The base form?
Base form is work.
Yeah. So it's just how it comes,
Yes,
right? Just how
exactly.
you see it, right? And so then you want to have your comparing word. Remember, rather. Then you have to have your word that compares. Okay.
Yes.
And then again.
Work with.
The
That's
base
a
form.
base form. Supposed to be
This is
base
how it
form
comes.
too.
And so if you're looking at this, and look at the note here. If it's the same, you can omit it. Look at that example there. I would rather work nights than
Then
days.
work.
Yeah. Or you could say or than days.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good. And so
And
let's look at
how
number
about-
one here.
yes. That's exactly the same, isn't it?
So if you look at your chart, and you're allowed to use this
Mm-hmm.
when you're doing that. So let's try the first one and look at the examples.
Would you rather work inside or
Mhm.
outside?
Mhm.
It's supposed to be I'd rather, or we can put I
Mhm.
would
Mhm.
rather
Right.
work inside
Mhm.
because I hate the cold.
Right. And so I'm going to ask you this then. I'll be student A, and then you can
Okay.
answer that. Would you rather work alone or on a team?
I would rather
Mhm.
work alone
Mhm.
than
And this one, because you have to give a reason.
because I hate the cold.
Well, that would be for this example.
Yes.
But in this example, Parvin, you got to remember that you are talking about working alone. This is about inside.
Yes.
So this is why would you rather work alone? What would be your reason for that? Or maybe you'd rather work on a team.
yes.
So think about your answer there.
Let me write it down.
Okay, that'll work.
We are gonna put I would rather
Mhm.
work alone than that's the one we are doing, isn't
Right, and so that's the question. So this one you would choose the answer. You could say, like, if you say I'd rather work alone, and then you would come up with a reason. So because, and then whatever your reason is. And if the reason doesn't make sense, you're like, then maybe you want to switch it.
I'm really confused.
Okay, so on this one, the question was, would you rather, so these are your choices. Remember over here it gives you a choice. And so, would you rather work alone is your first choice.
Yeah.
And so, if I were going to give an example, I'm not going to use the same ones. As you know, I use examples of different things.
Exactly.
So on this one, if I was asked, would you rather eat strawberries or eat grapes, for instance, and I chose strawberries, I would say I'd rather eat strawberries because they are red.
Yes.
So I'd have my reason for that one.
Yes.
Or
Because they are sweet.
because they are sweet. That would be another one. Yes, very good. And so on this one, you're given a choice of would you rather work alone or on a team. So first thing you want to do is think about which one you'd rather do.
I would rather work alone because you know what? That's changed the whole thing. Because the way I think we learned, I would rather work alone than on a team.
Okay, and that's correct. Your understanding of that is actually correct. When you're saying the sentences here, that is correct. So maybe what we can do is we can go over these in the way you understand,
Okay.
and then you just say which one. Because see, it just says here that I'd rather work inside. But if you want to add that, you can say that. I'd rather work alone than on a team because, and then you can add your reason there.
Because I'm comfortable.
There we go. That works.
That's the
Right.
rest of the sentence. I have to write it down, isn't it?
Not necessarily. We're just talking.
Okay.
This is just a talking exercise. You don't have to write it down, but your understanding is correct. So if you want to add that other part to make it seem easier, feel free to
Okay.
do that. Yeah, that'll be fine. Good, Parvin. Very nice. So let's try this one. Would you rather work days or nights?
I would rather work days than nights because nights is so dark.
Okay, nights or dark, so you'd rather work days.
Make me scary.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, now this is important. Would you rather get paid hourly or weekly?
I rather paid.
Oh, get paid.
I rather get paid weekly than get paid.
No, you
No,
don't need
not
that.
the
That's
get.
optional. Just
Yeah,
then
paid
hourly.
hourly.
Uh-huh.
Then, I'll do one more time. I would rather paid weekly.
You get paid weekly.
Yes.
That get paid is the
Get
whole
paid.
verb thing there. So you actually don't need this or that in the second part. So the first
Second.
part you would use that.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Let me write it down.
Okay.
I would
Mm-hmm.
rather, for the first pay part, I have to put whole thing. Huh?
That's correct. Yes, that's what they're talking about.
I would rather get paid weekly
Right. Very nice.
than paid
Actually, you don't even need that.
hourly. That's
Yeah,
it.
just hourly, because the word that's mainly going is the weekly or hourly.
Hourly.
So I'd rather get
Do
paid.
I have to put because again? Do I have to use because?
Well, you could. I mean, you if you have a because why would you? Why would you want to get paid weekly than hourly? So you have to think about that.
If I get hourly, I'm gonna spend the whole thing.
So you say because I get paid. Yes.
Exactly.
Very good. Okay, so we've done a couple of these. These are kind of the talking part of this. And now let's look at
We have to
these
write
because
it
this is
down.
the important part about the sentences, right? The ideal work situation.
I'd rather work on a team than alone because I like talking to people.
Notice how it's similar to what we just
Exactly.
did. But now we're writing it.
I'd
So-
rather come to school than clean the house.
Now that's a
because
good
I don't
sentence.
like to clean the house.
Well, that's a good sentence, Parvin. But remember also on this one, write 2 sentences about your ideal work situation. Does that have to do with work?
Oh, with my book.
Yeah. So.
Okay, I would rather work.
Okay.
I would rather go to work,
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
clean the house.
Okay, that'll work. Yeah, that's fine.
House.
Okay, now on this thing, we've obviously, we made a lot of good effort, and you learned a lot on this. You made some good strides on this. It looks like what we're going to do is, the next time if you have the question is, we're going to go ahead and work on these, the next part the next time. Did you want to go ahead and make another appointment for the next the time to be able to continue this? Do you want to go ahead and do
Yes,
this? Yes.
please.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have available.
Do you have any time for next Tuesday?
Okay, next Tuesday. And what time is best one for?
11 to 12 o'clock.
Okay, 11 to 12. Well, in this case, it looks like someone did take that. Is there another time that might be better for you, Parvin?
Okay, how about 12 to 1?
Okay. Well, it looks like it's a very busy part of the semester, as you know. We do have 1:30, 2, 2:30. That's what we have available.
Do you know what? My class is going to start 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. Oh, and it goes till 3, right? Okay, so here's what I can give you for an option then, Parvin, is right now there are appointments booked later, but you can always, since you come here regularly, you can come in and see if anyone shows up. And I can see what we have for Thursday, because as you know, as a walk-in,
Yes,
you can
exactly.
come in. If someone doesn't show up, that time will be yours. Or we can make the appointment for Thursday, and we can do that as well, where we have more open times.
Okay.
And this one looks like the best time. We do have something after your class, so from 3 o'clock.
Yes, please.
Okay, and you wanted to go ahead and do that. And did you want 30 or 45 minutes?
I'm sorry?
Did you want 30 minutes or 45?
45.
45. Okay, and what's the student number, Parvin?
002 81 20 81 57
Mhm.
29.
Okay. And we'll put writing, and we'll put grammar, because we're working on both.
Yes,
Part of that, and this is for 40, right?
yes.
Okay. Alright. Alright, now print your slip. Okay, and here's
Thank
your
you
slip for
so
your
much. I
appointment. Thank
appreciate
you,
that.
Parvin. Yeah, good job again, and we look forward to seeing you. Maybe on next Tuesday if you come in, and then definitely for Thursday for your appointment.
Okay, dear.